Hello there, fellow summoners. Mad Dog HT here. We're going back into 7.3.4, trying to get some of the rest of these Act 7 paths out to share as a reference. So this one's got Thunderstruck, right back at it, live wire, redoubled determination, and shock vulnerability. So you really need to be able to put shocks on, because without the shocks, you basically can't do damage because of the Thunderstruck node, but the live wire node will help you get shocks even if your champion normally cannot place shocks. And then it's got shock vulnerability, it's got redoubled, so if you get too many debuffs on, the power gain can get out of hand, and then right back at it. If you knock them down, they're going to be debuff immune, so you can't get the shocks, and then if you parry block after that short time, you give them a power gain. So I'm going in first with Guardian. So Guardian is always great to have on the team for the extra block proficiency for all of the champs that he will synergize with, and you can get more perfect parries, take less block damage. And for this one, I'm going to be sticking to Stryfe's L1. I feel like that's easiest to dex, and basically just wait out the invisibility cloak. Guardian does not crit, so I don't really ever have to worry about the charges that he gets, because if he gets to 5, he can go invisible in the middle of your combo. And you can see live wires is applying shocks, which is allowing me to do damage. And so basically I'm going to try to build up to a special 3, I think just once. And then I'm going to hit him with a special 2 while shocks are active. So got to make sure the shocks are active so you can do damage and get past that Thunderstruck node. But just remember, when you knock him down with the special, it's going to purify all of those shocks that are on. And then your damage will be gimped for a little bit thereafter because he's going to be full debuff immune. So far so good. I think we're just going to bait this special one, and I think I'm going to throw the special 3 while the shocks are active. Yep, so I should get some damage. You know, Guardian special 3 doesn't do a ton of damage, but I will get some damage out of this because I do have the shocks up while the special 3 is going. But once I come out of it, he gets that debuff immunity. So now if I do block or I try to debuff him, he'll be immune to it. It falls off pretty quick. I think it's only like 4 seconds, I think, 4, maybe 6 seconds. But yeah, so I have 10 charges now. I'm just going to keep baiting that special one. The Redoubled does, give him quite a bit more power. But we're doing some good damage, and I think on this next special 2, I think he ends up just getting lit up, and I think we kill him off. So there, I thought we couldn't. I think maybe if you hit into his miss, it will build up his telepathic charges. Or do I go to 2 special 3s? Maybe I go to a second one. I really don't think that it was needed, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to get the special 2 off, yeah, with a shock active. So we're gonna bait another special 1 and then fire this off while he's got the shock up, and then the next special 2 is gonna kill him off. Nice thing about the special 3, the charges that Guardian gets are permanent versus the special 1. They're temporary, they do fall off. So when I hit him with the special 2 coming up, he is just going to melt. I think I'm going to get him with around 16, 17 of the charges. And yeah, we're about to get there. Got to deal with the Redoubled, got a little extra power gain, but once we hit him with this special 2, he'll melt, and he's already down 40%. But I think he's going to take off like 35% damage. So I think we're going to bait a special and then go straight into a combo, and then make sure I throw the special 2 with a shock active. It's got to have a shock active, otherwise just not going to do some damage. There we go. Yeah, easy. I probably could have thrown the special 2 off with just 1 special 3, but it just didn't work out that way. It's all right. So we're gonna move on. Next we got Guillotine 2099, and for this one I believe I'm gonna use Magneto. Now this is gonna be a long fight. Magneto doesn't work well. So I was thinking that the magnetism, I don't have to worry about the miss and her going invisible, but the magnetism does prevent me from applying the shocks via live wire. And if you don't get shocks, your damage is just gimped significantly. And you can see I'm like doing no damage. And then if you knock her down, so if you do some heavies, you purify any shocks that you might have put on her. And yeah, it's just not a good time. So this is a really long fight. I will let this play out. But if I were to do this again, I definitely would not choose Magneto. I think I end up doing like 300-400 hits total or something like that. And I do barely squeak it out, because I do get hit. It's a long fight. It takes a lot of concentration. So here we go. So we have a shock up. And one strategy that I did move to was, instead of trying to do special knockdowns and stuff like that, I would just continue to hit her while the shock was active, and the damage was okay with that, if I could ever get that. Because you can see I got no damage on the special 3, mainly because, one, I didn't have any prowess, and it just seems like the shock is coming off. Like, I don't know. I had the shock active, but it does seem like it didn't count for the Thunderstruck node. But yeah, so the method that I ended up moving to was just to hit while the shock was active, because if you try to do a special or something, the shock gets off. And Magneto has basically one hit specials, so the first hit, the shock, it knocks them down and the shock gets removed, therefore you don't get the damage. If it was a multi-hit special, it could do better. I mean, I guess the special one has 2 hits to it, but yeah, this fight goes on for a long time. So I'll see you at the end if you want to watch this. But again, this was a mistake on my end, not considering the interaction with magnetism. And yeah, definitely would not use Magneto on this again, if I were to come back in here. All right, so we're just about to finish up, and if you watched all that, man, you got some good willpower going on with you. But yeah, definitely Magneto was not a good option for this fight, like I thought he could be. And it ends up being 450 total hits. Now I did get hit a couple times, but yeah, if you do use Magneto, just try not to knock down. It's nice to not have to deal with the miss, and just hope that you get good RNG on getting the live wire shocks. Whew, yeah. But next up, we're going to go up against this Punisher 2099. And I believe I'm going to go in with Guardian again. And we're going to take this dude out. I'm thinking, who do I use? Who do I use? Do I use Professor X? Do I use somebody else? But Professor X I brought specifically for the last champ on the node, which is the Mr. Negative, just because he's immune to the reverse controls, and I just didn't want to deal with that. Yeah. So we pick Guardian. Guardian's great because he's got great block proficiency, so you can block, parry his specials, and not have to worry too much about the damage. And again, live wires, you're going to get some shocks on, which is going to enable you to do some damage. You do need to be careful about how many you get. You can see that I got 4 shocks, and the Redoubled, man, it will give him quite a bit of power. Here I'm trying to bait the special 2. He's not really having it. Trying to stay close. Come on, throw your special. There we go. And if you can parry his specials, take 0 damage, which, I didn't really try to risk it a ton. Just because I didn't want to miss and then bleed. So here we're going to throw off a special 3 with the shock active. But again, now that I'm looking back at the footage, seems like the special 3 removes that debuff immunity, kind of. Because that only did 1%, 2,000. Yeah, it seemed like it didn't trigger as if the shock was active. So, but that's right. The special 3 is basically mainly to build up my charges so that when I launch a special 2, this guy gets nuked down. And I think on this one, I only go to 1 special 2 versus having 2. And I do get shocked, but off him hitting me, which is actually okay because Guardian, he is max sig, so any of the energy damage that I take is reduced significantly. So I actually got some willpower healing off that. Granted, you don't want to get hit, but it was nice that I could get some healing off. And do I get a special 2 off before I get to a special 3? I'm not sure that I do. Maybe I get to another special 3. No, I do get to another special 3. I definitely think 1 special 3 and then a special 2 would probably be enough. Maybe not. Maybe it'd be too close. But we're gonna try to kill off this guy. And unfortunately, here I'm trying to get a shock again. But you're gonna see 53%. It's not going to do any damage. So definitely the interaction with the L3 is that the Thunderstruck is reducing the damage. Because I think, 52%, another 2,200 damage. So yeah, that's definitely, the shock is not acting as if it was applied. So we don't have too much health left, but that's okay. We do have perfect blocks. And we just need to get to that special 2, and this guy should melt. Here we go. Block, block, block. We're almost there. It's got 3 shocks on him. Block that. We get to a special 2. We got a shock on, and boom, light him up. And the shock energy damage, assassins, whatever, bypassed his indestructible, which is nice. So yeah, Guardian's a really good option for a couple of these fights if you have him ranked up. Definitely don't have to use a shock champion. So here we're gonna go in to the DragonMan with Human Torch, and I believe I'm gonna go in with the yeah, with the Nova Flame. So the one nice thing with the Nova Flame active, I don't have to worry about Redoubled as far as Incinerates go. I will need to keep an eye out on how many shocks I do have on this dude. But you're going to see once I do get a shock from the live wire, damage is going to be nutty. So this DragonMan goes down pretty easily. Just need to parry him to remove the power gain that he has, or block his special while he has that power gain up. You'll get the what debuff is it on? You'll get a debuff on you. Can't remember what it's called, ineptitude, I believe, and that will remove the power gain. But you can see with that shock on, man, the incinerates are doing massive damage because it does have the shock vulnerability. So we don't even have that many smolders, but man, doing tons of damage, and that DragonMan melts away very quickly. Human Torch, great option for that one. And then we got one more fight before we get to that last Mr. Negative. And let's see who we got. Who's up next? Oh yeah, this one is Psycho Man. Now I was originally going to use Magneto for this one, but as you know, he just doesn't work well against the metal on this line because he reduces the ability accuracy to get that shock from live wire. So here I'm going in with Torch. The one nice thing is some of his specials, or not some of his specials, but his specials, if they aren't unblockable, you can block them and build up some smolder with the energy damage, which is nice. So I think I'm parrying those. So I got 2 smolders off that. And then I just gotta keep an eye out on his different modes. So right now the yellow mode, if I throw a special, I'll be concussed and basically not really have anything going for me. You know, Torch though, now that I'm not in Nova Flame, I'm getting a lot of incinerates, which is going to trigger the Redoubled. And I missed blocking and dexing that special. I get the cowardice buff on me, or debuff, but I am going to get some willpower healing. Have to dex that one. That special was fully unblockable. And you know, Torch is doing some damage. When you get those shocks up, those incinerates do quite a bit of damage, but he does get a lot of power with the Redoubled. So just got to be mindful of that. I do have an L3 stored up. I think I do use it, and I think I don't get much out of it if I remember right. I think the power gain that he had in trying to bait out his special ones gets it to where I don't get much out of it, because when I get him knocked down, he'll be shock immune, so the live wire won't be able to put it on, and you just don't get much damage out when he's immune to shock, because it's got the shock vulnerability and the shock Thunderstruck node were basically 90% less damage. So like right now, knocked him down and he's immune. And it's got so there, my Nova Flame's already gone, and we're back to just doing regular incinerates and hoping that we get some RNG to get a shock. There we go, we got a shock going. The incinerates are doing some decent damage along with it. That special one, again, we're gonna block to build up more smolder. Here we go, starting to melt quite a bit, but the power gain is quite beefy. I think we finished this off fairly clean, or I'm trying to remember if I ended up pushing him to a special 2 and taking some damage from it, but he's almost dead. We'll see. Getting close to the end. A lot of incinerates, a lot of shocks, melting. Yeah, I think we just tap him over here. There we go. So yeah, fairly clean fight. Torch worked. Definitely probably some better options. I think if you don't use somebody that has debuffs to help trigger the redouble determination, I think that's a little better play, because you can get more hits in and whatnot. Alright, so now we're going to go up to the last fight, and now I tried to think about some champs that had access to Disorient, to where basically if you have Disorient on Mr. Negative, you can parry him and not have to worry about the reverse controls when you give him light energy. But I didn't really feel like with the right back at it node where he becomes immune when you knock him down. You basically have to find somebody that can apply the Disorient without knocking him down, and there aren't really very many good options that have a long enough one. So I'm going in with my Professor X, who is a great option for Mr. Negative. You can see that the Redoubled Determination is going to help out a ton. It's going to help you either push him to a special 2, which is what I prefer to push him to. Here we're going to knock him down with the heavy, and we're just going to do short combos. We're going to block bait out his heavy, retaliate, and hope we get some good shocks on, push him to the special 2. We're going to get some decent damage off. And yeah, I would just recommend not parrying him. There, it looks like he parried me and got some light energy. You're going to see him... I think he's going to throw a special 1 in this fight, but I'm going to be immune to the reverse control, so I'm just going to block it. But yeah, I'm going to try my best to just keep pushing this guy to his special 1. So here we do have mind control up, so we're spamming specials, trying to get prowess. You know, we're not doing a ton of damage because he is immune right now to the shocks. I don't have any shocks on him, but that's right, we got a bunch of prowess on, and I think I get a pretty decent, yeah, so we get some decent damage off the first couple hits of that special. I should have dashed back on that one to refresh all the prowess, but yeah, I didn't do that. I'm gonna get a couple of them that fall off here while I'm trying to bait this guy's special 2. He's not really having it. And yeah, I recently awakened my Professor X. I already took him to rank 3 unawakened. And then again, I pulled another dupe. So he's at SIG 40 now. So it's really nice to get the charges just passively. It does really help, especially like in a fight like this where you don't want to do like a heavy knockdown frequently. But yeah, we're going to just keep shorten our combos. Hopefully we get a shock. We didn't get any shocks on that combo. Bait that heavy, retaliate. Now we got a shock going, getting some good damage. 11k, 7k mediums. That's pretty. There's 11k mediums, 7k lights. And yeah, I think we're gonna finish him off here. Do I throw a special 2 at the end? I can't remember. Maybe it's right here. Do I phase it? No, we're just going to go straight for a combo. I probably could have charged into a special 2 with those shocks up and probably would have killed them. But that's okay. Here we throw a special 3 with a shock up. I'm trying to think if this is going to be enough. I think it's going to be close. Yeah, no, it's enough. So we do kill him off. No hits received, I believe. But we did take some block damage. No, we did take a hit. We did take a hit. We had 117 hits. But yeah, Professor X is a great option for that. Now we're going to go to the bosses. And which boss do I take this time? I'm going to take the left side, Sorcerer Supreme. So she's got the ebb and flow knockdown. Need to knock her down. She's got... No, sorry, we're looking at the Symbiote Supreme here at the moment. We do end up going to the left side for the Sorcerer Supreme. She has the unblockable. Trying to think of what the node was with the unblockable. Steady build-up unblockable. So if you get a bunch of debuffs on, she becomes unblockable. It's got spite. She's going to put staggers on you when you're close. All of her special attacks are unblockable. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to try that one out. It's got Prey in the Weak as well, so when your debuffs fall off, she gains power. And a really solid matchup for her is Dr. Octopus. So that passive power gain that she has consistently really helps with Doc Ock and getting her power locked. And so we're gonna try to get her over to the corner and heavy spam her for the win. Keep her locked down with that power lock, and you're gonna see it works out pretty well. I think I do it pretty clean too. My Doc Ock is a rank 2 6-star, just Sig 20. So we're gonna swap out. I think we swap out Magneto for Doc Ock, if I remember right. Torch can be a decent option. Doom can be a decent option for the power control. But yeah, we're gonna use Doc Ock. We're gonna sub in Doc Ock and give him a whirl just to try him out. And yeah, he's gonna do the trick. So let's get to that part of the footage. Here we go. So I fast forward a little bit of that selection. So here's all the nodes: steady build up, unblockable, spite, prey on the weak. And so the one thing that you do have to be considerate of is if you're close to her, she's got that staggering beauty node where she's going to put staggers on you, and it's going to be a active stagger. And with a steady build up unblockable, if you have 3 debuffs on you, then she goes unblockable. So I'm gonna parry heavy and I'm gonna dash back. She's gonna be power locked, which is nice. But I'm gonna dash back and I'm not gonna go into the heavy spam quite yet. I was trying to see if this is gonna work out well enough to keep her locked down. And it does work pretty well. But she throws a special, I think it's an armor break and a heal block on you. And with that, plus, some of those staggers, it can be a little bit problematic because she's going to be unblockable, so you can't just do parry heavy. But that's okay. We're going to get her over into the corner. And so far I'm like, yeah, this is going well, but I do think we'd get a point where I either miss a parry or she becomes unblockable. And I got to kind of bait around her special. But we're keeping her locked down. She hasn't gotten to 1 bar of power yet, which is pretty awesome. Doc Ock just shuts her down with his research stuff. And then you just parry heavy, detonate it, get some pretty decent damage. And yeah, so right there. So here I do miss. I try to go for the special too. We do miss locking in that power lock again. It falls off. So now I get a armor break on. And I'm going to get another stagger, and I think I'm going to get another one there. She is unblockable. So now she is fully unblockable until I get all my debuffs off. So I was able to get that one off, but she's going to throw another special because we didn't keep her locked down, which is fine. Her specials aren't hard to dodge, even if they were fully unblockable. We got a heal block. Now we got a power lock. But the power lock's going to fall off as I try to bait this special. We got an armor break on from her special. And now we got a stagger on, trying to stay away, applying the heal block. We need the power lock on. There, we got the power lock on, but she still has a bar of power. So at one point in time, she's going to throw this again. So here I go, throw the special 3. And this is going to get me another power lock. It's going to get me like an extended one, a longer one, more potent one, doubled up. Can't remember. I don't remember all the ins and outs. I think it's the special 2 has a longer duration. Special 1, oh, what does it? Refresh it? Can't remember. Let's check it out really quick while this is finishing up. But you can see I'm at full health. No problem. Doc Ock is a beast. Shutting her down, no problem. Doc Ock. Special 1 resets the duration, and so it resets and triggers a breakthrough if 1 isn't active. Special 2 resets and increases the duration. Special 3 duplicates it and puts a little bit extra duration on it. So Yeah, I think we do finish this fight with full health. Get a nice solo takedown. Here we throw off another special 3. I think we're going to get a couple more detonations after this and take care of business. So Doc Ock, really solid option for this one. Yeah, here we go. Now we got a armor break and a slow on. And no, I don't finish with full health. I did end up getting one of those staggers on. She went unblockable. Yeah, so I think she's going to be unblockable pretty much for the rest of this fight, and I just end up having to play normal and intercept her and finish her off, which is fine. And even if you do get hit, you can see like the armor break, the slow, the stagger, you do heal up quite a bit. All right, so now she's going to throw another special, but the thing is, she's throwing special, she's always going to keep a debuff on you, so she's going to be unblockable, so you got to have that intercept game on. If I were to do this fight again, I think I would probably throw less specials just in general and just try to keep her locked down. Don't worry about special 3 with doubling up your debuffs. You know, don't throw any specials. Maybe throw a special 2 or special 1 at the beginning of a debuff getting applied to her. There, we get a nice intercept. No, so we do end up with full health. We get willpower healing back, even though we took a few hits. But yeah, Doc Ock works really well. Hopefully this helped give you some ideas for this path. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.